All right, Shalom. Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakakadash, and double honors to our apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well, and grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. This is your fellow servant, Rakoya from the GMS Orlando camp, coming at you another impromptu lesson, another in transit. All right, currently on my way to the camp. But someone's in my spirit, this week actually, since yesterday morning, which is the title of this video. The Lord is keeping a safeguard on our mind. The Lord is keeping a safeguard on our mind. And, these are just some things I'm observing, as the Lord draws closer, and the world is spiraling further and further into chaos. I'm noticing the difference between the mindset of the hopefully elect and the mindset of the world. There's a very sobering reality coming to the people of this world that they're not expecting, that they're quite frankly not ready for. Esau has made the whole world what's going on, and they have, the spiritual, mental, or emotional, not even physical capability, to get through these times, man. But the Lord has given us a treasure in the form of this truth. Like it says here in Isaiah 33:6, all right, the Lord gave us a treasure, which is the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and the faith, and the fear of the Lord, which is ultimately what's keeping brothers stable in these times, man. Because whether brothers realize it or not, what we already have in the form of this truth is something that's very powerful. It's something that's very powerful. It's something that's allowed us to continue to toil and to continue to work, and serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and keep pushing in the midst of very uncertain and chaotic times. In times where, people are resorting to suicide, and in times where people are resorting to drugs, alcohol, and different vices to cope with their reality. The Lord has given us this truth that has allowed us to cope with reality, and not only cope with reality, but to understand it before it happens, which is something that's very powerful, man, and something that you shouldn't take for granted. It's something that you shouldn't take for granted. And I'm going to reiterate the point that Elder Apostle Rakal, always says, which is to stay prayed up, to keep your medicine strong. Speaking to myself first and foremost, of course, and as well as to you elect Akira and Aguaf out there, man. You have to keep your medicine strong, man. Keep your medicine strong, because it's some very sick, we're living in some very sick times, man. Sick times. We're going to need divine intervention from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. But we get this in Isaiah 33:6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation." First and foremost, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we received through the form of this truth, has kept us stable. He's kept brothers stable through 2020. When job loss was prevalent amongst brothers. When there was a certain uncertainty, in brothers' lives. This wisdom and knowledge kept brothers stable. It kept brothers in the right mindset, and it kept brothers toiling and pushing, toward the mark, toward the mission of completing their mission in the spirit, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, instead of giving up like the rest of this world. When 2020 hit, people didn't know what to do. They followed after the manner of the beast. They followed after whatever was comfortable. Some people gave up completely. Gave up the ghost completely because they saw no way out. And that was just, a sign of the times. That the real times of trouble, the real times of despair and anguish aren't even upon us yet, man. The Lord said that the devil will come down with great wrath. It's on Revelation 12:12. Which will put the world in a state of chaos and turmoil, to the point to where it will be a trial of faith for everyone on the planet Earth. You know? And in seeing how the Lord is gradually, you know, increasing the fire upon the earth to reach that point, you know, we're starting to see people sober up. And as they sober up, you know, they're coming to the realization that they don't have what it takes to continue. They don't have what it takes to continue. And their minds are frail. Their minds are frail. And most people's minds at this point, especially here in America, Babylon the Great, are at their breaking point. They're living check to check. Most men in this society are deprived of womanly touch, to put it very lightly. You know, most men in this society are deprived of children. You know, the joys of children, of having a seed, of having, you know, the joys that the Lord set forth in life. There's a lot of wicked and abominable acts that are promoted in this society. You know, that are they just quite frankly have these niggas on edge constantly, through the music, through the food, through social media, through the different social engineering tactics that Esau constantly puts out to steer you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians further into the rabbit hole. These people's minds are at their breaking point. Whilst the hopeful elect, you know, when we be at a number, our minds are being fortified every day through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. The Lord is fortifying our minds every day. Brothers are getting more and more mentally capable. You know, more and more spiritually adept. You know, spiritually capable. Brothers are getting more and more emotionally and physically, you know, built up for the times that are at hand. Whilst the world, you know, is getting weaker. The world and the people that are in it are getting weaker. You know, it's like it for the light. You know what I'm saying? It's dark. You know, it's dark. But you know, the message of what counts. This is back in Isaiah 33 and verse 6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." All right, and the Lord has given us, you know, first and foremost, you know, the fear of the Lord as a treasure. You know, to keep us on the straight and narrow, to keep us on the right path, because fear is a motivator to do either right or wrong. All right, and the Lord has given us his fear, all right, the fear of him, to keep us on the right path. You know, to keep us on this straight gate, walking that tightrope properly, balanced. You know, the Lord has given us that gift, and he's also given us the gift of faith, man. Like it says in 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, man, we have this gift, this great gift in these earthen vessels, man. That's not to be taken for granted, because it's a gift from the Heavenly Father through his only begotten Son. The gift of faith, which was predestined and preordained for the elect to have, you know, and it would carry them through these times, man. The Lord said that hit the faith of the elect, you know, that their trust, the way they trust in their power, you know, the way that they believe will carry them through these times, man. You know, so that faith is a very, very precious treasure, man. It is. It's a very, very precious treasure. And we've been you know, the Lord saw fit to give it to us. Lord willing, we're that number. You know, and along with the faith, we've been given a confidant. You know, we've been given a shoulder to lean on, a shoulder to cry on. You know, an ear has been lended to us, you know, to listen to our supplications, our complaints. You understand what I'm saying? The Lord has given us a way out through him, first and foremost, and then through the body, the brotherhood, you know, the different lessons that are made, the different fellowships that you have with brothers. But the Lord is giving you the ultimate out with him. The Lord has given his ear for you to listen. You know, brothers have complaints. The scriptures say, man, that, you know, they shall wear out the saints, man. You know, when the saints are being worn out, we're being worn the fuck out, man. So the saints have complaints, and the Lord's ear is wide open. He's wide open. And he's listening. He's listening. And it's not falling on deaf ears. You know, the Lord is listening. If he wasn't listening, we wouldn't be times that we're in today. But the Lord is listening to us, man. And he's moving on our behalf swiftly, man. The Lord has given us a shoulder to cry on, a shoulder to lean on. You know, when times get rough. You feel me? Yahweh Shai essentially is our central point. You know, that point that we can always return to, we can always rely on to return to bring us back to ground zero. Whenever we go too far to the right or too far to the left, Yahweh Shai is our central point to gather us back into balance, to gather us back into, you know, where we're supposed to be, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. You know, and that's why the Lord said, cast your burdens upon him. You know, let him handle the you know, the brunt of the load that we can't handle. You know, rely on the Lord, you know, to offer up supplication, to offer up that nourishment that we need, because this battle is not one that can be fought alone. You know, you have to have companionship in this battle of ours. You have to have what they call in the army, you know, a battle buddy. You know, and Yahweh Shai alongside the brethren are our battle buddies, man. You know, keeping us in the fight, keeping our minds where it need to be. You know, constantly pushing us. It's like that partner that you got in the gym and whatnot. You know, you want somebody that's constantly pushing. You know, constantly pushing you to be better. You know, to do better. Striving for higher heights. Striving for things that you might not have thought were possible, or you just needed that extra push. And Yahweh Shai, you know, friend, it starts at our minds. It starts in our minds. You know, the Lord has put a safeguard on our mind. You know, and allowed us, and is continuing to allow us to push and persevere in this truth, man. Lord willing, the Lord keep the same spirit and an even more fervent spirit on us in these latter days, man. And an even heavier guard on our mind. Because a very sobering reality is coming to these American people, man. And they're not going to be ready for it. Their minds are going to snap. I can already see it, man. I can already see it. By different conversations I have through the week, you know, with these people of the world, you know, really just gauging their temperature, man. Gauging their temperature on what's happening and what the Lord is doing in the earth. They ain't ready for it. They ain't ready for it. And when the Lord, you know, is ready for those breaches to fall, ready for judgment to overflow, they won't have that hedge of protection. You know, remain thankful that the Lord has put up a guard over our minds, over our spirits. You know, remain thankful, and like the elder apostle Rakal says all the time, man, keep your medicine strong. You know, pray. You know, pray to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Keep that conversation flowing. Keep that conversation flowing, man. But with that being said, that's all I had, Lord willing. It's just edifying unto you elect. I'm almost to my destination. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai B'Shem Rakabdash. And double honors to our apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do well. And grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Shalom. Stay up.